Right, so I'm kind of ready. I have no idea why I'm doing this. I'm cold. Got about 15 minutes left. I thought I'd wake up, have my cup of tea. It was cold. Thanks, Darren. Bright ideas. We're off to Goit Stock Waterfall this morning. You probably wouldn't think of it to be a sunrise location, and you'd be right because it isn't. And it's pretty dark. You can see it's dark outside. But it's cold. It's been minus all week, and we think there should be, or it should be frozen. There's only one way to find out, isn't there? To go and have a look. So I think from my side, that's me, Craig, going. We're going to meet Darren and I think somebody else on location. It's not too far away, about 15-20 minute drive. Just it's cold. It's cold. Going to finish my tea off, then get going. Not quite sure what to make of this vlog because it's going to be cold, quite noisy perhaps. But I'll try to keep entertaining as normal. And I'll see you in a short while, guys. So I'm not sure if you can hear me properly, but I hope you can. If I turn this way, you probably won't be able to hear me as much. It's because of the rolling waterfall behind me. Now I've got to say that this is a very dangerous waterfall. There have been a few deaths of people jumping from up here and diving in. Guys, if you're watching this, please don't do it. It's very irresponsible and very, very dangerous. Right now the water's cold. We can see some icicles forming over here. Not a lot, but there is some. And I'm going to try to get some shots. Let me see what I can do. And I think it's going to be quite interesting. I'm really warm now. Just start taking my layers off, but no, not in that way. I'm just going to take my jacket off, put my bag down, and start shooting. So let's carry on. Don't think I need these now. It's really warm. Just leave them there. It might get cold, but don't think so. So that is one hell of a warm jacket. So I'm out with Craig, who you saw earlier, and Darren, who I went out with a couple of weeks ago to the woodland. If you haven't seen that video, do check it out. I'll drop a link for it. And what I'm mostly going to be doing today is using my zoom lens. I'm really zooming in on those icicles and getting some detail there. I mean, I've done this waterfall many times, and this is it's nice, don't get me wrong, but I'm not really taken by it because I'd like there to be a bit more snow maybe, or frost. But it's getting a bit warmer. I mean, look, I'm taking my jacket off. So it's getting a bit warmer. But it would be a bit more dangerous because it is slippy. I mean, I just got my foot stuck just then and I nearly fell. So you have to really be careful when you're coming out to places like this. That's what it is. That's my base layer. So I've only got a few layers on. Base layer, fleece, mid layer, jacket, done. Right, let's see what's in the bag. Got my camera, got my zoom lens, got my tripod. Crack on. So right now I'm just getting the waterfall in some 4K footage. Might use it for stock while I'm here. I might as well. I'm doing it in 60 frames per second. I'm shooting it at. I'm also going to do it at 120, but the downside to that is going to be 1080, so it'll just be HD. I will put it along this. I don't know what it's going to look like. Tell me what you think. Now we're going to switch it over to the 120 FPS at 1080, scaled up to 4K. And this is what it looks like. What do you think? to you about the composition. Now what I'm doing is, because I've got my zoom lens on, I'm only on 70 and I've got a really nice tight crop. My settings are where I want them to be, f11 at ISO 100, but I want to smooth it down a little bit more. On 0.6 of seconds, it's not too bad, but I'd rather make it a bit more smoother, but I don't have the capacity to do that in the lens. So now I'm going to have to introduce my filters. So what I've actually brought with me is my new filter. This is a Variable filter, which is a zero cast ND filter. It's beautiful. So it's the one that I use for video, but it's going to make it much easier to use right now because I don't really need a lot of polarization because there's not a lot of light coming in. I'm going to use that, dial it in where I want to be and really tweak it. So I'll just show you how it works once I put it on. So I'm going to show you on the video on the camera that I'm actually shooting on. This is the filter that I'm talking about. This is the Variable ND filter, 1 to 5 stop, and it's mostly used for cinema, but I can use it for photography as well without having a zero color cast. Now I'm filming this with one hand and trying to put it on with the other hand, so it's a bit dodgy. Now the adapter that's on here is a 77mm reducer, so I can use it on a 77mm lens, which is what my zoom lens is. The current internal of this filter itself is 82, so on an 82 on a wide it'll be no filter needed, no adapter needed, just go straight on. And I'm going to just show you what happens when you twist. So as you can see, I am twisting the front and dialing the power in. You can see the image is getting darker and lower, and that's what the Variable ND filter does. It basically allows more or less light to come in through the lens, but doing it instead of changing ND filters. So instead of having a 2-stop, 3-stop, 5-stop, this is all built in one with a simple, smooth, beautiful transition and zero color cast. That's the key thing over here, and I don't have to keep fidgeting around. That's why I've got it on here. You know, it's slippy, it's dangerous, my hands are getting cold, but you know, I've got my filters just there just in case I need them, but hopefully not. I'm just going to carry on, get my shot. I'm still on the same composition. The guys are finished from that side, they're just behind me now. I'm going to carry on doing this, getting a few shots, and then I'm going to cross over and get one from the center, and then I'll use a wide lens. That'll be interesting because I think the 15-35 wide is a superb lens, and I'm going to be using that throughout after this. Focus on the zoom first, then get on the wide, and then we're done. My tripod's just broken. It's literally just come off when I lifted it. It's a good thing I was holding the camera, otherwise that would have been a goner. I can see why Peter McKinnon doesn't like him anymore. It served me well. It served me for about 5 years, and it's gone. It's broken. This is what... Oh God, look. That's what's left. I don't know. Anyway, what I was going to say was, I've got the filter on and I've taken the shot. Putting that back down again. And what I've basically done, I've put it on 5-stop, and that's enabled me a f11 at 13 seconds on ISO 100. I'm really zoomed in, manual focus, image stabilizer off because I don't need it, and everything is set, and that's kind of what I want it to be. It's a lovely shot, really closed in on the detail, really zoomed in. I think I'm done with that. I'm going to probably change the composition a little bit, get a portrait landscape, then I'm going to put the wide lens on, and similar kind of settings, same filter, and you can see how easy and convenient it is to have the one-stop filter to do everything. So if you're never quite sure what filter to use, as long as you're not shooting in broad daylight and you know you're not using a 10-stop, a 5-stop is more than adequate for a beginner. It's an easy filter to learn and an easy one to use because you know as you dial it, you can tweak the settings exactly where they want them to be. You're not going to have a 1-stop, 2-stop, 3-stop. You're going to have 1, 1.5, 1.25. You're not quite sure what it is, but it's exactly where you want it to be. That's the crucial thing over here, a great learning curve. So guys, I can't recommend that enough. I've got a small announcement coming up. Let me get a few more pictures and I'll tell you what it is. Keep tuned. Oh, this is going to be awkward to hold. I've lost my tripod because it's obviously broken. Thanks, Joby. What a disappointment. Anyway, let's turn that ISO down a little bit. Another way. I've come down to the center a little bit. Just so I've got my zoom lens still on, and I really want this center element. I want to compress and get a landscape shot here, and a portrait shot as well. Only on 70mm though. I don't want to zoom too much in. I don't think I'm going to go on the other side for the icicles. Darren's got a lovely shot, but I don't really think it's something that I really want. Let me crack on with this shot because it's getting difficult. There is some water coming from the actual waterfall. Or is it raining? Can't tell. It's going to get. Why is it always my luck when I go out? It always rains. I'm going to get this shot. I'm going to move out the way because these guys want to shoot as well. Darren's there getting some detail, and Craig's on this side waiting. So I'm going to get this shot, change my lens, get the wide lens on, carry on shooting. Right, so I did it. I went across just on that side, just over here somewhere. Got some shots with the icicles in and whatnot. I know I said I've got an announcement to make, and that is that this week on Thursday I'm doing a free long exposure workshop in Bradford. It's a mini long exposure workshop for about an hour to two. I'll be teaching you the basics of how to do long exposure in the evening. You won't need any filters as such. Yeah, I'll just show you how to do a few shots. If you're free, come around. There is a code. I will pop the link to the website and the code down below. You click on it, register, and then we will see you on Thursday, all being well. Starting to rain as well, just my luck. I think I'm done. I've never spent so much time at this place, and I don't know why, because I'm always rushing to get away. I've got the shot and I'm done, but today I've really explored it and I've really enjoyed it, especially the conditions. Apart from the rain, it's not too cold. Don't really need gloves, but it does come to a bit where you kind of do need them eventually. Didn't need to put my jacket back on. It's just sat here, it's all wet. Right, time to get the drone out, put everything else away. I hope you guys enjoy this video. I know it's not the best, but my tripod is broken, so this is really difficult to shoot. And it's been interesting, it's been good, I've enjoyed it. I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care. If I don't see you soon, have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. See you later.